My name is Carol Bukla, and I'm the mother of a son who had some very serious problems with psychosis. During the Arizona shootings with Senator Gabby Gifford, the young man's face reminded me much of my son's face when he was in crisis. My son's behavior was totally abnormal. I would find him laying in the driveway with his arms clenched across his chest and very, very uptight. And I'd ask him what he was doing, and he would say, "Nothing." And I would say, "Oh." So I said, "Can you at least come on the porch, So he came on the porch, and he said, again, just this total unrealistic kind of behavior. And so I knew there was things going on with him. And I'm not a mental specialist, but you don't need to be a mental specialist to know this. And then one night, we had a fresh bit of snow in the background, and I had to get up early the next morning to go somewhere. And when I came out, I looked at my backyard, and something beautiful as white, fresh fallen snow is pretty. But what I saw was these tracks through the entire yard. And my neighbor said that your son was out walking from 2 in the morning till 5 in the morning like a Russian soldier with his arms out in front of him, back and down, up and down. And she said, "I don't know what he's doing." And I said, he's not in his right mind. I said, something very drastic is happening with him. And then he got very paranoid about things, and he came to me and talked to me. And his whole demeanor was totally different than I'd ever seen. Every little thing, every big thing bothered him. And then he said, if something doesn't happen soon and doesn't happen well, I'm going to have to kill somebody. And he looked at me with these cold steel eyes, and he turned to me and he said, and maybe it will be you. That's what taught me, or right away triggered me to, this is beyond. This is not normal conversation. This wasn't kidding. And he did have rifles upstairs, and I didn't know if he had any ammunition. So when I reached out to my friend, she said, this is beyond you. Do this now. When they came in, they asked him to come downstairs, and they said, can we just talk to you for 5 minutes? And he said, oh yeah, sure, whatever. And he was going to give them the 5 minutes, and I think they talked to him for 15 minutes. And in that time, he started getting agitated, and then they kept saying, thank you, you gave us more than 5 minutes. We appreciate, your time, and we thank you for what you had to say to us. It's important, And I'm sure that was for calming down for him and for me. And because of the incident that he had in the intervention of crisis services, that today he's doing better, much better. And he had gone back to college, got a degree, and he got a very good job, and he was doing very well. And so without crisis service being in the picture, I had no way of knowing how to handle his situation. It was totally beyond me. And my best friend, when I called her, she said, this is a crisis, call crisis services. And I really hesitated to do that in many ways because I thought, I'm not one of those people. I'm not in that bracket. And yet I was very much in that bracket. I was right there. And they took over, and they gave control of the situation. And I really believe that today that my son and I are both alive because of crisis services.